just a short time. Meantime, let's bring you live pictures from Birmingham, the funeral of the 3 young men who lost their lives on Tuesday night trying to protect property from looters. Lisa Dide is there for us. Lisa?
Kay, the picture you were just seeing was Mr. Tariq Jahan, the father of one of the victims, Haroon Jahan, who was just 21 years old. He was receiving bouquets of flowers from people in the audience, waiting for the arrival of the 3 coffins that have arrived not long ago now in the hearses. We have heard some speeches before the arrival, paying tribute to the 3 men who died in the early hours of Wednesday morning while trying to protect their local businesses from looters when they were all hit by a car. They were all rushed to hospital but later died. And there were fears at the time, rumours were circulating in the community over the ethnicity of some of the alleged suspects. There was concerns that this may lead to some racial tensions in what is a very multicultural part of Birmingham. And Tariq Jahan, the man we saw receiving those flowers just hours after having lost his son, appealed for calm. He said, actually, today we stand here to plead with all the youth to remain calm for our communities, to stand united. This is not a race issue. The family has received messages of sympathy and support from all parts of society. He said, I lost my son, blacks, Asians, whites. We all live in the same community. Why do we have to kill one another? Why are we doing this? Step forward if you want to lose your sons, he said. Otherwise, calm down and go home, please. And he has been widely credited with keeping the peace in the community, as have the families of the other men involved, Shazad Ali and Abdul Musavir, 2 brothers who were also killed, Haroon's friend, who were out there with him when they were hit by a car as well. Kay.
Just looking at the pictures of those 3 young men as we're speaking to you, Lisa, 4 people in court now on their murder charge?
The latest charge happened last night, Kay. That was a 30-year-old man called Ian Beckford from the Quinton area of the city. He appeared in court, in the magistrate's court this morning. He has been remanded in custody and he's due to appear at the Crown Court in Birmingham either tomorrow or Monday now. 3 other people have also been charged over the murders. They are Joshua Donald, who is 26 and from Ladywood in Birmingham, and 23-year-old Adam King, who is from Kings Norton in Birmingham, a 17-year-old youth from the Edgbaston area who can't be named for legal reasons, has also been charged. All of them men, those people, appeared in court and are due to appear again in December. A further 3 people have been questioned by police and have been released on police bail, but police telling us that they're not ruling out any further arrests as part of their lengthy inquiry, and they have said it is a very complicated inquiry, but they've had a huge amount of support from members of the community, witnesses, members of the public coming forward with information. The last count of witnesses, they said they'd had more than 70 people coming forward with witness statements telling police what they had seen that night. And as part of the investigation, police have recovered 3 vehicles which are being forensically examined to help in the murder case that they're investigating.
Looking at lots of the T-shirts of those worn by the men taking part in this funeral, gone but never forgotten, and talk about the date and referring to these 3 young men as martyrs. What happens with the funeral now? What happens for the rest of the afternoon?
Well, from what you were saying, Kay, you might not be able to see from here, but there are big screens that say 3 precious souls gave their lives protecting all of us. And this is part of their funeral service, which is in the open air in a public park in Winson Green near to the murder scene. It's where a peace rally happened over the weekend, and because of the amount of people who wanted to come and pay their respects, this has been organised by the families, by the council and by the police to try to accommodate everyone. It's open to all sections of the community, not just people of the Muslim faith, to come and pay their respects. We have heard from Sheikh Mohammed Al-Yaqubi, who has given a speech saying how these men were an example of how Muslims should be, of social action, and paying tribute to the sacrifice they made, saying how honourable and admirable their actions were and how young people should follow their example. He also gave a message of hope for the future of the community here. He was invited to speak because he has a great connection with the audience, the families felt, and that he was well renowned in the communities and he would have a great impact. We have also heard as well some prayers. We will also hear the funeral prayer, which will take around 5 minutes or so. And when the hearses and coffins leave here in a short time, there will be a private burial at Handsworth Cemetery, and the family have asked that that does remain private.
Okay, Lisa, thank you. Looking at the funeral cortege there, the coffins of these three young men, Haroon Jahan and brothers Shahzad Ali and Abdul Muzavir, were hit by a car while trying to protect property from looters. Many people turning out to pay their last respects to those three young men. So much to live for, sadly lost their lives on Tuesday night during the riots in Birmingham. 4 men have now appeared in court in connection with their murders. Other news for you: severe flash